Now I want to talk about rotating objects. Remember that objects that you make on Tinkercad are three-dimensional. There is an x-axis, there's a y-axis, and a z-axis. And if you look at the lower left-hand part of the screen, there's a picture of me holding up my hand with my fingers extended, and you can see that the x-axis would be my finger pointing horizontally in one direction, and the y-axis is also horizontal in the other direction, and the z-axis is up and down. It's vertical. So let's go over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a shape on here, but I'm not going to use the regular box because it's not very good at demonstrating this. So I'm going to go down to text and numbers, and I'm going to drag the letter A over here. Now it's kind of small, so I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm going to thicken it up a little bit. Alright, so see, here we have the letter A. If I want to rotate it on the x-axis, first we have to select it. I'm pressing the left button of the mouse to select it. And you see there's arrows here. It has two arrows in each end of the curved line. There's one here, and then there's one here. When you move your mouse over top of that black arrow, the arrow turns red, indicating that you're working with that axis. And then you also see a scale on there that it's got 360 degrees, because there's 360 degrees in an entire circle. So if I want to rotate it on the x-axis, I click here, and then I can either hold down right on that arrow and then turn it. I'm holding down on the left button of the mouse and moving the mouse left and right. Now that's kind of a hard way of doing it. There's a better way. If I click on this and see the number here, it says 0 degrees. So let's say I wanted to turn it at 45 degrees. I type 45 in the keyboard, then press the enter key, and you see it turned at 45 degrees. That's a 45 degree turn. So if I don't like what I did, I can go up here to this little left arrow. That's the undo, and it will undo what I did. Now I can also press Control Z and will undo what I did as well. Hold that by holding not shift, the control right here, not the shift. If I want to undo what I just did, I can hold down the control and then hold down and press the Z key real fast, and it will do the same thing as pressing on that left arrow. Alright, so let me select the object again. Now this time I'm going to turn it 90 degrees, and then I'm going to press enter. So it turned it 90 degrees to the right. Now maybe I wanted to go the other way. So if I wanted to rotate it counterclockwise instead of clockwise, so I'm going to undo what I just did. I'm going to go back over here, and instead of 90, I'm going to put minus 90 and press enter, and it will rotate it the opposite way. Alright, so if I want to rotate it on the y-axis, I'd use this indicator up here, and you notice it shows up with the y-axis scale, and again it's 360 degrees. I'm going to rotate it, let's say rotate it 90 degrees. I want to stand that A up and then press enter. Okay, and now it stood it up. Now I can't see it very well because it's on its side, so I'm going to hold down on the control key and press the left button of the mouse and then drag the mouse, and there I have it. Now it's upside down. Alright, so I can turn right side up by clicking here and then typing 180, pressing enter, and now it's right side up. Okay, notice it's down through the work plane. So if I press the control key and then the left button of the mouse and go down here, it's down below the work plane. I can never print it like that because it has to be level on the bed. Let me zoom in just a little bit. I'm going to click on it, and then this little arrow right here, that little black arrow, if I click on that with the left button of the mouse and I drag the mouse up, I can bring it up to the level of the work plane. That little number on the lower right says 1. I want to make that 0, and that means it's right level to the work plane. Okay, now let's say I want to turn this thing around, and I'm going to press control and then go back around here. Let's say I want the A facing me from this side. So I want to rotate it along that that axis there. I'm going to move to the top of it, and now I'll click on it, and then easily I can see right here I can rotate it along that horizontal axis by typing 90 degrees. Alright, now if I hold down the control key, press the left button of the mouse, there I am, and I can face it now. Alright, so you can rotate it on any axis using this method, and so it's a very powerful tool. You know, this Tinkercad is, you can do a lot with it. You can rotate any object, and you can move around any object. It's pretty cool. So I'll get more into this into the next lesson, and we're going to actually start building some things soon, so that you can use it as an example. Alright, well, thanks for listening, and see you in the next lesson.